What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to the channel today. Apologize, it's been a little while since I made a video. Just, busy stuff around here. I have one out here today that I don't know if most of you have watched my other videos, but I have discussed a few times about Ford's new standpipes. They have changed O-ring manufacturer to, I don't know what company's making them now, but when I was in business, I had probably 30 or 40 trucks back to back to back that were getting standpipes and dummy plugs put in them, whether we were doing head gaskets or whatever it may be. And the trucks would come back within 1,000 miles or so, and the little O-ring, that the secondary part, so it's a two-piece design. The very first one that presses into the long part of the standpipe would always be blown out. Truck would have a hot no start. I've also had them where they're so bad that the truck won't start when it's cold. I have one of my work trucks out here that I did that too, and it's right at that threshold of just a little bit over 2,000-3,000 miles or so since it was done, and we have a hot no start issue. So we're going to be tackling that today. I just want to make a video discussing it, showing it, how I diag it, how I find which side. I'm just going to show you that, but regardless, I'm going to pull both valve covers and replace both sides standpipe O-rings with Alliant Power O-rings. I'll put the part number in here so y'all can order them. But I do not care about, the OEM stuff or anything like that. But I really stress that stuff. But unfortunately, Ford seems to be cutting costs on stuff, and it's starting to really bite people. So Alliant Power is the fix for that. So OEM standpipes, you got to re-ring them. So even if you go right now and buy a brand new set at Ford and put them in, they're more than likely going to fail on you within a couple months. So just a heads up on that. I'm going to show you how we tackle it and everything like that, but let's get the truck pulled in and let's get these valve covers pulled. Also, just before we get this truck pulled in, I want to discuss what we've been doing around here lately, because I haven't made a video in a while. We've got the cab just about ready to set down on the truck with 40s. It's been here forever. I'm ready to get it out of here so I can have my lift back. But I've got manifolds painted and wrapped, as well as the up pipes. I think it came out really, really good. All new sensors, new EBP and tube. I need to extend this harness because I put a early model harness on it, so I need to extend this wire to go over here because early models had the EBP over here on the thermostat housing. But new pulleys, I think it come out really, really good. We got super chrome rocker boxes and illusion purple, everything else. But it turned out really, really good. I'm ready to get it set down and see how she runs. We have sorry, don't mind my mess. Got one of these nice new Titan Turbo 9 blades. So it be nice and whistly. So I'm sure she'll probably enjoy that, as well as a full exhaust kit over here that we're going to be slapping on it. This one was just kind of one of those units that were all kind of cobbled together, welded 3 different size pipes and everything, so I don't like that, so we're going to fix that. So that's been the priority really lately. We're just waiting on the compressor cover to get back from Garrett from powder coat. We've got a ton of stuff over here ready to go on my white truck. I'm really, really stressing to get this thing done. I'm sick and tired of looking at it. I'm ready to get her back on the road, especially with it warming up. It's starting to irritate me that it's not running. But we've got all of our lines polished up for the Gen 3, cleaned up and ready to go. We're going to get rid of these and put some studs in with ARP nuts. And then we've got all our stuff back from Garrett. And I have slowly but surely been measuring bolts and replacing every single bolt on the engine. Will be stainless 12-point ARP bolts. It's just one thing that I do. I've done it on my black truck. I do it on all my builds, really. Just one of those things that it's very, very expensive, but I don't know. It's just something that I enjoy doing. It irritates me that the Cummins guys have all the cool pulleys, all the nice dress up kits and all that other stuff, and we get the short end of the stick. And even Duramaxes have dress up kits, so I'll make my own dress up kit since nobody else wants to make it. But so every single bolt will be stainless 12-point ARP. Even the blank holes I'll fill in with these bolts. And then we have our boy down in Florida that is making us a full set of a billet pulleys. The entire pulley system will be billet idlers and everything, and it'll have a cool design cut in them, so hopefully he'll get those finished up soon. We'll get them. Our T4 kit is on order from Michael. I'm gonna butcher his last name. I think it's Luicio. We just joke around here and call him Mario Luigi. But hopefully he'll get the T4 kit finished up here soon. Our headers are at Randy's because he is port matching the heads to the headers, and he should be finished up very soon. We had a slight hiccup with the girdle that we ordered, but the gentleman that made it is making it right, so we're waiting on that now. So we're at a standstill on the machine work. So just a whole lot of hiccups lately, so hopefully we can get back on the ball here. I think we have decided that instead of running a fuel cell, nobody makes a decent fuel cell. I was thinking about potentially cutting out a section of bed, but I don't think that I want to do that. We found that I think it's I forget what the company's called, Diesel Design, Classic Diesel Designs or something like that. They have the 38-gallon rear Bronco conversion tank with powder coated straps and everything like that, as well as a sump already built into it for like $600. So for what I'm going to put into having a fuel cell built, having to make it work with the factory filler neck, and then trying to wire up a factory sending unit so that my gauge in the truck works, it just doesn't make sense to spend that type of money when, you know, we can just buy that for $600 and everything factory on the truck will work, as well as our filler neck, factory filler neck will work. So we'll just go ahead and put it back in here, and then we'll just regulate the fuel based off when we go racing and stuff like that. So no big deal there. I think that's really all we've got going on as far as that goes. I tidied up some wires over here as much as I could. Got my EVP bung reloomed. Messed around with the dipstick a little bit more. I had it in the wrong spot on the transmission. You got to pull out the actual factory dipstick adapter, so we got rid of that. Got that piped in and everything, and I think that's probably gonna, oh, we got our brake lines put in. These are from RYD Solutions. They're a little bit long. I ordered the ones that are supposed to be for stock length, up to like a 3-inch lift. This one is quite a bit lower than stock height, so that might be why. But our brake lines are all tidied up. We are waiting on OBS Solutions to finish up their Hydro Boost conversion kit. That way I'm not trying to source a F Super Duty pedal, Hydro Boost, or any of that stuff, because that's just kind of a pain in the butt. I'd rather just buy a kit that's ready to rock and roll and bolt on, and I believe it uses a 05 Hydro Boost, so pretty cool there. I'm really excited for that. I think that's really all we've done to the truck as of the way we're sitting right this very second. Walking around here. Yeah, I think that's it. Need to go ahead and get our low pressure pump cleaned up. It is from Melling. And then I'll walk over here and we'll show, oh, this one more thing. Lay down here real quick. I've got my oil cooler mounted up underneath the truck here. So this is a Durali fan unit. It has a thermostat and everything. It's just tucked up underneath the truck right here. You can't even see it unless you're leaning down. And what we'll do is I'll just run my lines. Michael Lucio is also making the relocation plates, so no factory oil cooler. Will be running -12 over to the Durali cooler there, and that should help us out quite a bit because the block is going to be half filled. So I want to try and keep this thing as cool as possible if I decide I want to take my old lady out to dinner in it or whatever it may be. I think we have officially decided that we're just gonna pull the seats out of my white truck, and we're gonna put the Corbos out of my black truck here. I believe I'm gonna go ahead and put them in my white truck, and I'm just going to set the OBS seats off to the side where they won't get ruined. I thought about selling them, but I just can't stomach getting rid of them. So I'm just gonna set them off to the side in the garage somewhere, cover them up, and keep them. But that should drop us quite a bit of weight. I think those things only weigh like 15 pounds or something like that. And then you got this entire system, bracket system and everything in this truck. And those things are pretty comfortable. And I know that we're gonna need the harnesses for what this truck's gonna run as far as time-wise goes. And so that's a decision there we've made. And we've also got our high volt IDM over there that we have swapped out from Diesel Technology of Chattanooga. And Lord, it's been a minute since I've updated y'all on this. We have got this is the atmosphere turbo off of the compound kit on the black truck on the 6-liter. This is a 480. So 480 T4 110 96. So this is a 96 exhaust wheel. It's the biggest one that BorgWarner makes. Probably going to be a turd off the line, but that's why we have nitrous. And then we have our Gen 3 that we've bought off a gentleman. I'm going to go ahead and replace the actual pump off the back of it, just for keepsakes. It runs a Haldex 46 something, I don't know. But we're going to replace that. We have to do a different video on swapping the actual internals of the actual pump out, because it needs to be reverse rotation. Then we have a stock Bosch. This is the nicest ones that I've read up on, and the closest to OEM. And the way OEM stuff's going right now, I didn't want to run an OEM pump. So this is a stock Bosch 17-degree pump. You do not want to run anything bigger than a stock 17-degree pump underneath a Gen 3, because it will run into dying issues under full throttle letting off, and it will also make the truck idle kind of crappy. It's going to idle choppy regardless, which is kind of something that we're going for. But we don't want the truck to die at wide open throttle. So we're going to run a stock pump here. And then we also have from my boy Justin Grebe at Eco Diesel, that's my man. We have a K&P stainless oil filter, reusable here. The biggest reason I bought this was because it bumps low pressure oil up by like 6 PSI. So a big thing with these is you will actually run into people that will actually drain the reservoir and aerate the oil. So you can run into problems there because the low pressure pump can't keep up with the demand of this. So anything that we can do to kind of bump that up, we're gonna do it. So that's one thing I read up on. I'm pretty stoked to run this. It's quite a bit smaller, lighter. It should dissipate heat pretty good, and don't have to buy oil filters anymore. So pretty excited for that. He sent me some replacement O-rings as well. Super cool of him. He's the man. But we're gonna run that, and we should be good to go as far as that goes. But I think that's a pretty good general update on the white truck here and what we've had going on in the shop. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get our truck pulled in and show you what's going on with it. All right, guys, so as you can tell, our truck is running. You can get it fired up usually off ether if you get a hot no start issue, or just let it cool down. But I'm gonna show you what happened. Like right now it runs great, you can drive it. So what we're gonna do is we're at full operating temperature now. So we're gonna go ahead, we've got our scanner pulled up here, and we are watching ICP, IPR, all that good stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kill the truck. Turn key right back on. And as you can see, we have 0 ICP. Watch IPR there. And she's not gonna start. So this truck's probably going to make a liar out of me. But yesterday when they got back to the lot where all the trucks are parked, it would not fire back up, and it also would not fire back up at the job site, but now it wants to fire back up now that I've got it. It's usually how that works. But since it wants to do that, since we've got it nice and hot, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my compressor built up for shop air, and we're going to pull our ICP sensor right there. We're going to pull it out, and then I have a bung that we're going to use, and we're going to throw shop air into the system, close the IPR on the scanner, and then we're going to listen very closely for our leak. But I know it's going to be a standpipe issue, but I just want to walk y'all through the steps on how I do this. All right, guys, so we have I went ahead and pulled our cold side charge pipe off, and I also have got my glow plug module plugs off, as well as my ICP sensor plug off, because we're going to be removing that. I've been kind of weird about wearing gloves lately. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. I don't know that I really want to get cancer from this stuff. So I've been wearing gloves. Also, it's stifling hot, which is where you want it. You want it to be, the truck to be warm when you do this, because you want to be able to hear it. It's a lot easier to hear it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and pop this loose on our oil fill, because we're going to listen in that hole. And then on our ICP sensor there, it is going to be a 15/16 socket. We're just going to get on here like so. And this is not going to be crazy tight, just like so. And let's go ahead and get it out of here. I'm going to make a little bit of a mess here. All right, so there's that. And then what I've got here is my test fitting. So this is just a adapter right here, the gold part, from 1/8 inch NPT, which is the ICP sensor with an O-ring, to I forget what size the your normal air connect fittings are. It might say right there, actually. Quarter inch, I don't know. But yeah, so just get you an adapter from 1/8 inch NPT to just a air chuck fitting, because we're going to use that to throw shop air into the air system here. I've got a little swivel one just to make it that much easier, so I'm not fighting the glow plug module there. But we'll go ahead and get this slapped in here. And then once we have that in, what we're going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm probably going to go ahead and get the breather box out of the way, because we want to listen in the crankcase vent tube here for this valve cover, so we'll be able to hear either side. I'm going to be replacing both sides anyway, but just for y'all's purposes on testing this, I just want to show you the procedure that goes into just finding the leak. So I have gone ahead, and just to make room and everything and make it where we can hear, I've gone ahead and pulled our Diggus bottle out, drained coolant, and removed our air cleaner and our cold side charge pipe. You do not have to remove that. I removed it because, as you can see, we have a god-awful mess here of just some nasty stuff. And here's our culprit. Our pipe is cracked right there. So we're going to go ahead and get a Ford updated one, the metal tube with a boot. But that's all out of the way. And so now what we're going to do is we've got our compressor built up. We have our computer routed out here, and the injection pressure control duty cycle test pulled up. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and I've got my shop air here. Get it off of the lug nut down here. I'm going to go ahead and plumber up. And then bring it over here. Sorry about the glare. And we're going to put IPR all the way closed at 85%. And you can already hear our leak on this side. Hopefully y'all can pick that up on the camera there. And no noise out of this side. So there you have it, guys. We can go ahead and cancel out of our test there. And we're done on that. Turn this all off. And there is your leak test. So now you have a, look at that, guys. You can see the smoke just billowing out of there. But that's your test. That's how you're going to diag which side to go and attack. But I'm going to go ahead and disconnect this real quick, just because I don't want to make a mess. I suggest getting a rag. This is going to blow oil everywhere. There it is, guys. So that's your test. Like I said, that'll give you a good indication if you're having this issue on where to source which sides you need to tear apart. I highly recommend. This is really just a I really just want to show you this test to kind of, you know, if you really don't have the money to spend, to just go ahead and update everything. But I highly recommend that if this side is leaking, you need to tear the other side apart and just go ahead and fix it. Even if the O-rings aren't bad, you know, they're usually, if they've been replaced at the same time, it ain't going to be far until those go bad as well. So I'm going to do both sides regardless, because I know that these do not have the Alliant Power O-rings on them. So I'm going to rip both valve covers off. You will probably have to end up pulling the oil rails to get the secondary part. I'll show you that once I have it tore down. But that is your high pressure oil test right there. You need to make sure that on your scanner you can close the IPR, which is at 85%, is completely closed. And then if you do not have a scanner or a way to do that, I recommend buying the tool that actually plumbs into the IPR. That's an actual, it's just basically the same way we just did our ICP sensor, but it'll plumb into the actual pump itself. So you don't need a computer at that point. But that's how we tackle that. So let's go ahead and let's get these valve covers bumped off and get some Alliant Power O-rings ordered. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are tore down here on both sides, but we're just gonna show the one side. Valve covers, glow plug module comes off, and bracket, dipstick tube has to come out. I like to tuck it just back here. Be very careful, don't round off any of the 10 millimeters. They love to do that. Make sure you got a good tight socket. I like to pull it out, just tuck it behind that AC line, out of my way. I like to take the alternator wire loose that runs over here. I'll take it loose and I'll tuck this entire harness over with everything unplugged and just find a good spot that'll hold. Get your FICM out of here, get your FICM brackets off. EVP bung needs to come off the bracket to get it out. Go ahead and unplug it, tuck it over here as well. And then all your valve cover, pay attention to where your studs are at and just your bolts, and get it out of the way and get it laid off the side. I like to go ahead and pull the gaskets off as well, because they'll fall off once we pull the oil rail off. But got me an H12 Allen here for my plug. If yours have not been updated, they will be either just a 3/8 square drive or maybe a 1/2 inch drive. One of the two. One of those two, and or an H10. If they're H10, they've not been updated. Regardless, like I have stated, these are brand new OEM forged straight from the dealer. I know I stress buying dealer stuff, but sometimes as of lately, I don't know what the deal is, but it has been burning me really bad. Especially, this is the #1 issue that I've had trucks come back with, and it only happened within the past year or so, and then we realized that Ford had switched O-ring manufacturers. So we're gonna go ahead and swap out here, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, it'll be the top O-ring on our 2-piece standpipe. Go ahead, these are torqued to spec, just 69 foot-pounds. You want to be very careful. You want to use the ratchet to get these all the way out, because I have thought they were loose, grabbed them and started taking them loose, and let me tell you, them threads on the standpipe are very sharp, and they will lay your fingers open, son. So I like to just go ahead and get them as loose as possible with my ratchet here. All right. Now let's go ahead and get it yanked down here. Hey, oh, look at that. It done, you know, I'm just too good. All right. So let's go ahead and we're going to go over to the bench real quick. All right, so we're over on the bench, and just like I said, it is this part right here. There you go, guys. It is always this one. It always fails. The bottom one is the exact same on the secondary part of the standpipe that goes down to the branch tube. It's the same O-ring, but that one will not fail. But when you pull it out, it will be chewed up. Just won't be split. So there you go, guys. There's our nice OEM O-ring. And this is what I've been talking about in my videos where I said Ford switch standpipe O-ring manufacturers. There it is. I've probably had to warranty probably 20 or 30 trucks that I put them in straight from Ford, and Ford never compensated me. I had to eat every bit of it. So I don't want to see you guys go through that, because it really sucks to put good parts in people's trucks and or your own, and then it comes back and it burns you and you look like a total fool. It really, I felt like I was done wrong as far as that went. And but regardless, it's not the customer's fault. It's Ford's fault. So don't take it out on your customer. Just eat it. And that's the way, unfortunately, it has to be. But the fix for this is we're going to go ahead and we will order Alliant Power O-ring. It's a full kit that comes in. I do not see any of the other O-rings fail on anything. As you can tell, all of our other ones are good. I don't know what the deal is, if these are still maybe the old manufacturer and they had to switch for this one, or what it may be. But go ahead and order you a set of Alliant Power O-rings. There's nothing wrong with the standpipe itself, and get it re-ringed and shoved back in, and you will no longer have any problems. But make sure that when you go back in, you lube them up very religiously, and they torque to like 68 or 69 foot-pounds is what I always put them at. So there you go, guys. That's what I wanted to show y'all today, what we had going on. Gave you a nice little update on everything in the shop. Basically, from this point forward, you just go back the same way. Just put it back together, put your coolant back in. I like to go ahead and change oil while we're here, because you got the system open, so why not? So I'll change oil. I'm going to do fuel filters on this thing and everything, and I also need to fix that cracked cold side pipe. But that is all I have got for you on this video. I am going to have another video hopefully this week. Just depends on the time frame that I've got. We, as in me and Jeremiah, are going to the Summit 7-3 event in Atlanta. Power Hungry Performance paid for both of our tickets to come up there, which is insane. Big thank you to them. I'm really looking forward to it. So we're going to head out here probably about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday to get up there, and then we're just gonna basically record the whole event and do a YouTube video on it. So I'm bringing y'all with me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching the videos, liking, subscribing. I'm sorry I've been kind of absent on making videos for a little while. Just really not a whole lot of content to be made over here with waiting on parts and powder coat stuff and all that good jazz. But I wanted to make a video on that and show you guys how bad that sucks, because I had to warranty so many trucks because of Ford's mishap. But I don't want to see y'all go through that. So if you're doing one of these trucks, please make sure you order a set of Alliant Power O-rings, throw it on the standpipe, and be done with it, and don't have to worry about it. So I will see you guys later on this week when we get our Summit 7-3 on. And thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.